Slumber Party Massacre 2 is about four young ladies who spend a weekend at a condo and they have a dream demon trying to take them out one by one. Yes, you heard me correctly, a dream demon. Hey everybody, how you doing out there? So now I'm actually on the first sequel of the Slumber Party Massacre. As I already mentioned in the first one, I watched this movie once. This is my second time watching it. I really wasn't too thrilled on my first watch. Has that changed? Well, stay tuned. Well, starting off with the likes, the first thing I want to say is one of the four main girls is from Friday the 13th Part 7, which I believe this movie came out in 87, and Jason 7, or Friday the 13th Part 7, came out in 88, so she was in this movie first. So it was actually kind of cool to see her, even though I feel like she was kind of playing almost the same role in this movie as she does in that one. And she was one of the few people I actually did like from Part 7. Another thing I really do like is the villain's weapon. Now, I mentioned in the first one and throughout this entire franchise, it's a drill. But in this, it's actually a drill connected to a guitar. I actually think that's freaking cool. It's actually something different. Well, yeah, you have a drill, you have it connected with actually a different kind of instrument, and it actually really does work for me there. And then the final like is there's a scene whenever the girls are at the condo, they actually hear something on the radio, they actually turn it up and they start dancing, and actually I have a lot of fun with that there. And moving on to the dislikes, well, the first thing I gotta say, once this movie was completely done, going to the credits, I was like, what a freaking mess of a movie this was. Let's go with some of the characters here. Let's start off with the rock and roll villain, the dream demon who comes in and wants to pick off the characters that we have in this movie here. Okay. What this was supposed to be, at least what I'm thinking, is it's supposed to have been like a vengeful spirit from the first one, except the only thing was that the character in the first movie was kind of somewhere more in his early 40s, where this guy looked like he was somewhere like maybe in his early or mid 20s. So it wasn't even like, you know, you look that way. Not exactly like when you die, your spirit is supposed to, you can turn into whatever you want. So I thought, first off, that never actually worked one bit there. I love his weapon with the guitar drill, but just him, I did not like the villain with him coming out of the dream and singing and dancing before he's going to kill like one or two people. And I just was never engaged. You want to say that at least the villain should be good in your movie. Say, boy, that villain is someone I really love to hate, but I could not stand this guy. When it came to some of the recurring characters, the same actresses didn't want to come back, so we got different actresses. Unfortunately, they were actually duller in this sequel than what we got in the first one. Okay, we talk about the four young ladies who go to this, I was about to say cabin, who go to this condo just to relax. They're actually in a band, so they're there to kind of do a little bit of band practice here or there. I will definitely say that the ones in the first movie were very interesting. Almost everybody was. With these four girls, even though they try to do something sort of different, none of them were really that good. None of them were really that engaging. I didn't really care about any of them because most of their acting was horrible. I mean, it probably went from like okay at best to horrible at the worst there. And it's not just them, especially the guys. There's this one guy, I know his character's name was TJ, and oh my god, he was such a dick throughout this entire movie here that I could not stand him from the first shot of them showing him until, I won't say if he lives or dies, but just when we finally get done with the movie, I'm like, oh, thank God kind of thing here. To me, this is definitely not a rewatchable movie. I definitely want to have that where I'm like, okay, it's stupid, it's cheesy, but I could rewatch certain horror movies like that. This is one of those ones I cannot do that there. I did not like the story, which is, you know, this dream demon, pretty much a Freddy Krueger wannabe killing these teens. And I'm just like, you know, even if it would have been kind of cool on something like that, just to have a rip-off of Freddy Krueger, but I wanted to have it somewhat of an interesting way, so I didn't care about the story, didn't care about the script. I thought it was directed okay, you know, but there were just times where they tried to make this movie more, I don't know if flamboyant is the word or not, but maybe a little bit more colorful, and it just never actually worked for me one bit. Going back with some of the characters, especially the ones who have the return from the first one here. Well, one of them they actually just completely waste. That I was like, why would you even put them in the script? You could have just said, this is what happened to them, and never actually show that person. Because then they showed them a couple times, and it was just like, not anything interesting that they're able to do. The other one, I didn't even care for the one who was actually in it the most there, which is very, very sad. And you can always probably go on the YouTube and find this scene here. It's, there's a pimple scene, and all I'm going to say is very disgusting. And the final dislike has got to be the kills in this movie. They are weak, they are dull, they are just stupid. I don't feel impressed with them one bit. And probably one of the biggest things about that is that most of the deaths happen in the back half of the movie. If they would have spread them out a little bit more, that really would have actually helped, I feel like. Slumber Party Massacre 2, I'm going to go a half a star out of 4. Did you see this movie? Do you like this movie? Do you dislike this movie? Give me a comment down below. We shall discuss it. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.